Hey everybody, and welcome to another electric van man review. This is a special one. The guys at Vanwise provided me a DFSK EC35. Now for those of you eagle-eyed amongst you, you will remember this, and followers of the channel of course, from a couple of years ago. If you're not a follower of the channel, do please like, subscribe, do all of that sort of stuff, and then you can get lots more good stuff like this for the future. But in the meantime, why did the guys give it to me? Well, they've got a few for sale, but they have them at incredible value. So stick around, let's find out whether this is a vehicle fit for purpose for a job in your business and whether it meets that budget constraint. So let's get the all-important price out of the way first. A couple of years ago, I reported a price that was considered cheap at the time, £22,000. Today, it is exactly half of that price, £11,000. It still has delivery mileage on the clock. It still has over 3 years warranty. It still has over 6 years battery warranty. This represents quite possibly the best value electric van in the market. So now it's time to consider whether it does a job for you. So is this a medium van or a small van? Well, either way, this van really packs a punch. So from there backwards, you get 4.8 cubic meters of space. That is quite considerable for a small van, but you're also getting 1,100 kilos of payload, which is pretty huge. It's a nice square load space, so it is really very usable. And of course, it actually has twin side loading doors, which is really good because it means no matter how you park or where you are, you can access your load area from either side. But I've got a bit of a job to do. So let's get to the back of this vehicle and load it up because I'm off to do a show. Let's check and see what the loading ability of this DFSK EC35 is. Twin side loading doors is a big benefit, and if it was raining, this would be good too. But let's get this van full of stuff ready for the show. So that's two 65-inch TVs. Now we just need the stands and everything else that goes with it. And finally, a little pretty picture for the stand. These can go in too. And then that is the DFSK EC35, loaded and ready to go. That is a great usable space. It's quite long, it's not hugely wide, and that's a good thing. The only thing that I would add is a couple of lashing points, but I think it's going to be great. So loaded up and ready to go. So I mean, it's got a key, but surprisingly most vans on the market also have a key. Remote central locking, which does all of the doors, and then you're off and running. We've got a really nice Grundig stereo system, which has a reversing camera in it, but importantly, connection to your phone, so you can communicate as you go. Of course, as I'm filming this right now, it's pretty darn warm. One of the things that I'm going to be doing is turning on the air conditioning. And let's get off and running. So whilst this vehicle is pretty basic, simple is not a bad thing in the world today, because that means it's going to be simple to repair, there's going to be less to go wrong, and particularly when it comes to electrics, those are the things on the vehicles that go wrong. But this is nice and straightforward. We've got around about 166 miles of range if your vehicle is limited to 52 miles an hour, and if it's limited to 60 miles an hour, you get around about 106 miles range. So, of course, that will always depend on how you drive it, and this vehicle is actually quite nippy. Getting around in that 20 to 30 kind of speed area is absolutely spot on. You get away nice and easily, and it isn't bouncing around as you might expect. It's dealing with the load really, really well. And I've got a window just back here so that I could see in if I wanted to anyway. Most of the time in this kind of van, doing the kind of operation that if it's good for you, you're going to be doing, then the 50 mile an hour speed limit is great, and it gives you that 160 miles range I mean, you're going to probably charge it every couple of days. So as I've said, I've got air conditioning and I've got an infotainment system that will give me a nice rear view camera, something I think is essential for every van. And also we've got parking sensors which have a visual element just over in the left corner, so that as I'm approaching a place to park, I've got a visual guide as well as an audible guide. The reversing camera is nice and clear. It allows me to reverse with a degree of confidence and get my vehicle exactly where I want it to be. So what kind of people are going to want to run this vehicle? Well, if you're a maintenance business, if you're a grounds maintenance business, if you're a butcher, a baker, a candlestick maker, this vehicle is going to have a really good use for you. If you're doing less than 100 miles a day, and bear in mind that's about 25,000 miles a year, then this is nailed on. It's going to do you a really good job. It'll charge in 6 hours overnight, and while you're on the run, if you really do need a top up, and I'm going to be doing this tomorrow, you will need a 40 kilowatt or higher charger, and that will get you around a 50% charge in around 30 minutes. So that is going to be more than enough to get you to your destination if you're doing those occasional longer trips. So that's me. I have charged overnight. I've set the trip to 0. I have my large coffee in my capable cup holders, and I am off to my show, about 80 miles away. So let's see how we get on with the range. So a quick en route update on what is quite a windy day. We are 1/3 through the battery, so we're at 67%, and we have done 36.2 miles. So that gives me a range of around 108 miles. Full speed, full tilt. This is running at 56, 57 miles an hour. So it shows that actually it is doing pretty much what it says on the tin. Now, if you were getting that mix of local and regional and then a bit of motorway here and there, you're going to be getting a good range. So the next job is to charge it at the other end. So that's me plugged in, and it's going through a process now of initializing, and it's charging. Then it tells us what speed I'm charging at, and it's up to 39 kilowatts. So this is a 39 kilowatt hour battery. The charging speed is 39 kilowatts. Let's see how it goes in terms of how long it takes to get a decent level of charge and enough to get me back to Bedford. If we check our active sessions, it's still charging at 39 kilowatts and it's now at 87%. So we've gone from my arrival at around about 35% to around 88% in some 40 minutes. This is charging quicker than it's claimed. If this continues at 39 kilowatts per hour, that means that battery is going from 0 to full in 1 hour only. For rapid charging enthusiasts, you'll know that there is a thing called a charging curve. And that charging curve means that it starts a little bit slower, then it gets to a peak, and then it drops off. No such thing here. We're seeing it start at 39, continue at 39, and who knows? We are now at 89% and still charging at 39. That means you're going to get 50% of your battery in just 30 minutes. What is more to say about the DFSK EC35? It charges well, it drives well, it's coped with my load and gives me up to 1,075 kilos, drives nicely, it's got air conditioning, it's got nice rear view camera, an infotainment system, I can connect my phone to it, and it is incredible value. Did we mention that? Did we say that it is £10,995? I think so. Contracts are available and you could get this vehicle for like 110, 120 pounds a month. That is for nothing for everything that it could do for you. So if this could work in your predominantly in the city with a little bit of motorway, a little bit of here and there. You can see it charges quickly. I tell you what, you won't go far wrong with a DFSK EC35 from Vanwise. Have a great day, everybody.